Hi. Hi. This is my wrap up for January. I was supposed to upload this like such a long time ago. I said in my last wrap up that I would upload this one the next day, and it's like 21 days later, and here it finally is. Hey, how are you doing? Today is the 6th of January and I'm starting this video a little bit late. This is my wrap up for January and I'm gonna show you all the books that I'm reading and what I think about it and little pieces of my month like I did already because I showed you my brunch that I had today. It was delicious and I've already read a book this month so far because I'm starting late. And that book that I finished was The Crane Wife by Patrick Ness. The first book that I'm gonna start and finish of this year possibly. Or at least the book that I want to read next, which I don't have a picture to show you. It's also on my iPad. It's Coraline by Neil Gaiman. I'm very excited to read that. I've watched the movie a couple of times and I really liked it, and I'm excited to see how it is in the book form, and it's very short, so I'm looking forward to that. Also, I really want to read or listen to an audiobook this month, so that's exciting. I've never listened to an audiobook before, so it'll be my first time. It's raining right now, so I should possibly be reading. I was gonna film this intro clip right after I finished having brunch, but I came home and I remember that Teen Wolf was on, so I was like, hey, gotta watch that. And then I've just been doing nothing, so that's my excuse. But I'm gonna read because it's raining, and that's just the rules. I was getting in the car on the way to get some coffee and this arrived, so I've already opened it in the car, but I wanted to show you what was in it because it's pretty cool and I'm very excited about it. This is the first bookish box that I've ever gotten, and it was supposed to come last year because I was rep for them last year, but it's here now and I'm excited to use the things and also take pictures of it and post it on my bookstagram. So yes, these are the things that are inside. It comes much more neatly wrapped than it is right now, with this little card that says what's on it, and it's tied with a little peg onto the tissue paper. It's really cool. And this is what's inside. The t-shirt was more neatly folded. I just kind of put it back in. But the first thing is this glass castle bauble for your tree, which is so cool because I made something similar to this in my DIY, and now I have a tiny little one, which is really adorable and cute. And okay, I think we need to put that on to this. It looks so cool and so cute. And the next thing is this mug, which says, "Shh, I'm reading." It is so cool, so beautiful. I love having bookish mugs. The next thing, which I think is my favorite thing, is this. It's a mug cozy or a coffee cup cozy, and it says Carpe Liberum, I think. And yeah, it's just so soft and so cute. I love this. I'm so excited to use this and also to take pictures of it because it's gonna photograph well. And the next thing is the t-shirt, which says it's gray and it has white words that say books are a uniquely portable magic, which is really cool. I'm so excited to wear that. And the final thing, which would have been great for Christmas, but next year or just for a gift at some point, I have these gift tags that says Happy Christmas. Maybe I'll use that next Christmas. But yeah, they're Harry Potter Happy Christmas gift tags, and they have a Ron jumper and a Harry jumper, and they're really cool. And then it comes with some string as well. Oh. Yeah, so that is everything that was in my box for last month, I think. And I will link appraising pages down below the bookish box so that you can check it out if you want to, and also check out my bookstagram account, which is also linked below because I will be posting pictures of this and saying where everything is from and stuff, so yes. I just finished reading this. This is The Grown Up by Gillian Flynn. I started it a little while ago, and it's like 67 pages, so I read it in one sitting. I really enjoyed it. It's a short story that I really wanted to read like months ago when I first found out about it, but I didn't, because I also found out that it was an anthology by George R. R. Martin that he edited, and I was like, I should just buy the anthology. It has 21 short stories by different writers, mostly fantasy. George R. R. Martin wrote a story, Gillian Flynn, Patrick Rothfuss. That's all I can remember. So yeah, I was like, I should buy that. I shouldn't buy this. I really, really, really wanted to read this though. But you know, I was like, buy the anthology, Dylan. Be smart. I don't know if it was smart, because at the start I wasn't going to buy either of them, but then I was thinking about buying both, so that seems more like I just have a problem than being smart. But anyway, I bought this because it was 70% off, and I was like, hey, now I can buy both and feel okay about it, because this was not $9, it was $2.70, so yay. That was unnecessary. Let's get back to the book. So I did enjoy it. I really like the characters as always. The end was not... I'm not happy with that. It's just like, I need more. I don't think there's gonna be more. Because I think the anthology came out like a while ago, and it was like, it's written under a different name, if you're wondering, if you're like checking for the anthology. And so yeah, I feel like she wrote the story a while ago, so maybe she'll write like a follow-up, but I feel like she won't, so I feel like I'll always just have this very, very open-ended ending. But yeah, I did enjoy this, and I'm probably gonna give it like 4 out of 5. I am feeling in a Gillian or Gillian Flynn mood. I need to like find out for sure if it's Gillian or Gillian, so I can stop saying Gillian or Gillian. I'm feeling like a Flynn book, so I'm going to read this, Dark Places by her. And this is the only book that I haven't read from her. I've read Sharp Objects, and I've read Gone Girl, and I've read this one, and they're all different heights, which, you know, doesn't bother me at all. It bothers me so much. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I think I'm gonna read this. Hey, I'm going to Ikea today, and don't know why I had to sing it, but yeah, I was reading this, and I am on page 70 at the moment. I'm really enjoying it. It's very unhealthy for me to read it, because, you know, characters make me feel that way, but I like it. It's a very... It's like, it's just a needed change to, like, experience those kind of characters, even though I did just read a book from her, or a short story. I wanted more. I wanted more of those types of characters who just are her types of characters. Like, I don't know how to explain them properly. They just are what they are. But I can't read in the car because I get sick, so I'm going to be listening to an audiobook, this one right here. This is The Miniaturist by J.C. Burton, and it's read by the author, which is very exciting. That's the reason I'm listening to it. And yeah, so I'm going to listen to that in the car, and that's exciting. My first audiobook experience. I'm also going to take you with me to Ikea. I'm not going to get anything exciting, I'm just going there. I haven't been in a while. I started to listen to it, because I like wanted to make sure that it was downloaded, the audiobook, and it was so weird. Like, they were like reading out stuff, and it was like the dedication and stuff, and I was like, I don't understand what's happening. And then they finally like got to the first chapter, and I was like, okay, we got this, we can do this, let's see how this goes. And yeah, so my first audiobook experience is gonna be to Ikea, which just like sounds right. Okay, let's go. I just got back from the mall and it is 1 o'clock in the morning because after we went to Ikea, we went to the movies because Rhodes, which is the mall that I went to, has my favorite cinema in all of Sydney because it's really like comfortable there. I like the seats and there's always less people. I don't know, I have like a preference for cinemas. But anyway, I watched The Fifth Wave, which didn't think was gonna happen today. On the way there and on the way back, I was reading The Miniaturist by J.C. Burton, which is also read by her, and I read 1 hour and 21 minutes of it. I really like it so far. I think I should have chosen a book that, for like my first Audible, or like my first, what is this? Audiobook? For my first audiobook, I think I should have chosen like a less descriptive book, like, you know, something simpler, because the descriptions are really beautiful, but they're a lot, and I don't know. They use a lot of different, like, big words, and I don't know, I think I should have chosen something smaller, or not something smaller, something simpler to read as my first, but I'm really enjoying it at the moment, and it does take like a little bit of time to sort of get into it, the book itself and also listening to it. Hey again, for the final time, we're getting to the end of the video, and I'm just going to sort of wrap up everything that happened at the end of the month. So the first thing was I went to the beach. The beach was wonderful. I went to Spoon Bay. It was so beautiful and highly recommend. And yeah, so I was at the beach and I always try to read at the beach, but it never works out. So I was like, hey, let's listen to an audiobook because I don't have to like turn pages in the wind or like worry about sand getting into something. So I was listening to my audiobook The Miniaturist, which I started when I went to Ikea, and I was really enjoying it as I was before. But then something happened with the download or something. I don't think it downloaded properly, and when I got home the next day, or that day, it downloaded properly so I could listen to it, but I like skipped over a part. So I decided to stop listening to that, and I listened to a new audiobook, which was Codename Verity by Elizabeth Wayne, I think. And I was listening to that for about an hour at the beach, and like there was like warm wind, and the sun was on me, and I had just been swimming, and it was amazing. Like, go do that. Go to the beach, like, after swimming. I'm slightly tearing up because it's so wonderful. Go to the beach after swimming, lay on the sand or like on a chair or something and listen to an audiobook that's really good, like Codename Verity because it's amazing, and just experience how wonderful it is and how calming, and just, like, it's one of those experiences, one of those reading experiences that I'm probably never gonna forget because it was majestic. It was wonderful. Just go do it. It was amazing, and I love this audiobook. It is the best audiobook that I've listened to so far. I've listened to 2, but it is the best one. It is amazing. Go listen to it. Her voice that she does, not the author, it's a different person that's reading the story, but the person who's reading the story, who's narrating it, is, I'm going to listen to any other audiobook that she has made, and I'm also going to read the rest of Elizabeth Wayne's books because I'm really enjoying it. It's about World War II, and it's about this person who is captured by the Germans, and she's sort of being interviewed, and it's just wonderful and so captivating, and I'm loving it so far. It is so incredible. It just surprised me how amazing and wonderful and calming that experience was. Then I came home and I got sunburnt really badly. So badly that I had to go like that spray that you get that like is like an antiseptic and also like a local anesthetic sort of thing. So put on sunscreen, guys. I don't know, I just haven't like laid out in the sun for like probably years, so I just forgot that I can get sunburnt. So that happened. A few days later when I was still sunburned and in pain, I went to these waterfalls and they were so beautiful, and I took so much video. I'm gonna like show you a short little bit of it, but it was so beautiful and I can't wait to go back without my camera and like, I don't know, get messy and stuff and like splash and things. But yeah, it was really beautiful. I also reorganized my bookshelf, which that video is gonna eventually come. I'm currently filming my bookshelf reorganization video and there is a lot of stuff happening right now. Say hello! Hi! So the books that I was reading at the end of the month, which I kind of almost forgot to talk about, was Captive Prince by C.S. Cat. I was sent this by the publishers before I went to the beach, and I finished it like almost immediately. It took me like the day I started reading it, and then I had to stop because I needed to go to sleep, and then the next day I finished it. I really enjoyed it. So I didn't know like anything about this book, anything about this series. It's written by an Australian author, which is awesome. I thought it was going to be a fantasy romance, and I'll read the back for you because it summarizes everything really well. Damon is a warrior hero to his people and the rightful heir to the throne of Achilles. But when his half-brother seizes power, Damon is captured, stripped of his identity, and sent to serve the prince of an enemy nation as a pleasure slave. For some reason, pleasure slave didn't really register with me, and the amount of sexual stuff that is happening in this book really surprised me. I thought it was going to be like typical fantasy romance. I knew it was going to be a fantasy between two princes, a romance between two princes, which is something that I've never read before, but I didn't realize, like, it's set in a harem, which is like a sex house in this book, and there was a lot of sex happening, maybe not with the main character, like to the main character, but around him. A lot of like sexual things are happening. So it has that sort of erotica vibe. A lot of people are like, it's not erotica, but it does have that sort of feel to it, I guess, because there's so much sex happening. I was not expecting that. It was very just surprising for me. And I didn't really enjoy the sort of fantasy aspect of the book or the world building, and the writing at times didn't flow really well, but I did really enjoy the characters, the two main characters, Damon and Laurent. They and their relationship was done really well. The romance between the two of them, like, the way that it developed was amazing, and I wouldn't have changed really anything about it because it just is so slow burning in the best way. It's not instant romance at all. Like, the way that it develops is so great, and it's the best thing about this book, their relationship and the way that the romance develops. But other than that, though, there wasn't anything that I really liked about the book. So I gave this 2.5 out of 5, but by the end of the book I was really into it, and I just wanted to see what happened next. So I was also sent this by the publishers. This is Prince's Gambit by C.S. Cat, and I picked this up immediately as soon as I got it. It is Australia Day today, and I'm actually reading a book by an Australian, C.S. Cat. I think that's how you say it. But yeah, I'm 50 pages to the end, and I need to leave to go watch fireworks, so bye book. This is the second book in the series, and this one really went into like what I was expecting from the story. Not in terms of like the plot was really obvious, but sort of it's not really set in the same place as the first book, and so less sex is happening, or like the sexual nature that was in the first book that sort of surprised me wasn't there. It was more your typical fantasy romance in that term. I really liked how things developed. The romance again developed so well, and just the writing got much stronger. I really loved the main characters, and also some of the side characters became more interesting and more engaging to me, so I gave this 4 out of 5. I did really enjoy it, and I have read the third book, but I didn't read it in January. So those are all the books that I read in the month of January, and that's my wrap up. And yes, I will see you next month. If you want to tell me a book that you really enjoyed in January, then please do, and I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye!